There's been a lot of UFO footage flying all over the internet, left, right and centre, and I've been sent a lot of footage over the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to really dive deep into it, dedicate it to not just its own video but kind of compile it all together, because some of the things that people capture don't necessarily get publicised, don't get put out to these big publishers to be promoted. And people just keep hold of it, but they've sent it to me and I'm very, very grateful for that, and they wanted me to check it out with you guys. So, you know, alongside that, people have also sent me, you know, links through messages and emails to videos that they found online that they wanted us to take a little look at because they wanted my input, they wanted your input. So we're going to do a bit more of a reaction style video today. I haven't really researched these ones too much. You know, I just wanted to give some raw reactions because it's not something that I typically do. Typically, I would research the topic first and then make a video about it, but we're just going to dive into it. No mucking about. So, the first one comes from the Instagram page, Real Alien Stories. Can this be a real UFO with aliens inside? Well, we'll be the judges of that.
This is the video called a convergence video, which is a close-up of a craft so close that you can see the occupants. It is 100% real, and I was there as that was filmed.
The whole footage has been analyzed for a more scientific work for 2.5 weeks, frame by frame, pixel by pixel, and this is 100% genuine footage.
So, that's interesting. Obviously, it's been looked at. They said in the video that they've gone through it pixel by pixel and it's not been digitally edited. But the comments section are a beautiful thing. And actually, you know, the first comment here, this has already been debunked. It's a bridge of a cruise ship. Someone else said there's literally a documentary on the guy that made this fake vid with props. He openly admits it's fake. This video, well, so one person said it's real. It's in Istanbul. You know, so I guess the jury's still out, but, you know, I think I have seen this floating around the internet before, and I do remember hearing about it being fake and staged. I don't think that we would have had this video and there still be the questions that there are about whether there's alien life forms out there if this was legit. Like, you got to think, if this was genuine UFO footage, people wouldn't be asking the question, are aliens real? Are aliens out there? This would have typically answered it. But so I'm kind of leaning towards the more this is a staged type video. I mean, if it's not digitally edited, it could imply that it's not digitally edited, but it is staged through props. So I'm going to lean towards that side. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below as we move on to the next video, which comes from the TikTok page UFO World 10. And this was filmed on a cruise ship near Venezuela in February 2024. So let's take a look.
Filmed from a cruise ship near Venezuela in February 2024.
Right, I don't know about this. First of all, why there? I mean, people are obviously very confused. I can't make out what people are saying, but to me, and this is with my skeptical cap on, I see here, where is it? There's a clearer bit here. To me, this looks like what could be a turned over boat. So we're seeing kind of the bottom here, and then the lights that are being shone on it from this, I'm assuming a cruise ship, are shining on this, and it's kind of reflecting off, given the illusion that there are lights coming from this source. But I don't think that's the case. I think something's being shone on it, which is making the light reflect, giving the illusion that this is letting off light, but I don't think it is, and I'm under the impression that this is just a turned over maybe rowboat, lifeboat. From, if it's a cruise ship, it could be a lifeboat, and the commotion could just be caused by the fact that there's a turned over lifeboat somewhere. I don't know. What do you guys think? There, yeah, see, I feel like I could just make out a little rudder at the back. I've got a feeling that this is not a UFO. I'm not convinced that this is a UFO, if I'm perfectly honest, but let me know in the comments below what you guys think as we move into the next video. Now, the next video comes from the Impulsive podcast, Logan Paul's podcast, with Dr. Stephen Greer. Now, I know Dr. Stephen Greer's got a bit of a hit and miss reputation in the UFO world. Some people absolutely believe him, some people absolutely don't, and that's absolutely fine. Whatever your verdict may be, you are entitled to that opinion. I haven't seen enough to warrant any kind of opinion on either way, so I'm kind of coming at this with a bit of a on the fence view. But this one in particular is a clip that was taken from the Impulsive podcast that he did with Logan Paul, where he showed a photo on his camera roll of an alien. Now, apparently he literally snapped this himself in person. So let's take a little look, because I've actually seen this before, and well, you'll see.
I do want to know what the aliens look like.
The one, for example, that healed this man's hearing, who is in our circle, sort of very triangular head.
Now, that's incredible, if that is the case, you know, this healing factor that he claims it has. But, I don't know. Let's carry on.
5.5 feet tall. He popped in transdimensionally. That's an actual ET extra.
Now, this apparently is the
terrestrial
image
that came into our...
There we go, that's a clearer bit. So, there's not much to it, really. We've got this grainy bit here. Woodland? Maybe? I don't know. But this, I think here, is supposed to be the alien. I think that's the head. This looks like it could be a torso. I don't know what this surrounding area is. There's not much to really kind of gauge that, but let's listen to what Dr. Stephen Greer has to say.
RCE5 circle. Space-time buzz black there, and that's the energy field that they can teleport in. I saw this red light come right into our circle, and then a photograph taken, and this ET is standing right beside this man, and he had permanent hearing loss since he was a teenager, and he was fixed that night by this ET. That's a true story. It's a beautiful story.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. The ET was about 2 feet from me. We're dealing with civilizations that are, 100,000 to a few million years ahead of us. So that's...
Wow, if that's true, imagine the capabilities that these beings have. I mean, healing factors, first of all, but what else, technology-wise?
The way that they're going to appear in and out of our space-time. Go out wherever you live all over the world and initiate contact with these civilizations. That's the next big step.
So that's the first part. I mean, the jury's out, really. I'm looking through the comments, and, people are like, this is true, this isn't true. So, really, there is no definitive answer as to whether that's true. We can only take his word for it, which is, he said that this is absolutely true. But, I don't know. I need a bit more than that to be convinced, I think. But, looking into another video from the same podcast with the same person, Dr. Stephen Greer, apparently, when the astronauts landed on the moon, whether you believe that happened or not, I do. I believe that it did happen. I don't know why they would bother staging something like that. But, I'm not here to cause World War III in the comments. Please, just chill. But, apparently, they weren't alone on the moon. And Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong were actually greeted by extraterrestrial beings. Apparently. Let's take a little look.
Landed on the moon, around that crater above where we landed, there were multiple ET craft that were just hovering there watching.
Yo,
and that is true. That's 100% true.
You're telling me when Buzz Aldrin stepped on the moon, he saw 5 extraterrestrial aircrafts
I don't. I think there were more than that.
Watching him take his first step.
You know, that footage, highly classified. They say they've lost it. We lost the original footage.
Now, that's not an uncommon statement to hear from the government regarding this kind of footage. Oh, we lost it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, he said it's 100% true. It's absolutely factually correct. You know, thing is Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong have never said anything about it. I mean, they probably can't. They're probably signed under NDAs, I should imagine. I don't know.
From the moon landing. I mean, the most important event in the history of mankind. We just lost it.
What? Have you seen the picture of them at the press conference when they got back? You can tell they're just like, yo,
we're freaked out.
We're freaked out. We want to say something. So why could he not say anything?
I invited Neil Armstrong to the Disclosure Project event at the National Press Club. He was informed that he, his wife, his kids, and his grandkids would all be there. So one way or another, they'd end up in accidents or something. So I said, well, look, you know, I'm not understand the pressure a man like that's under, so we'll have some other people there.
That's fucking scary.
But they knew beforehand.
Well,
Imagine that. You've just witnessed that. You've come back to Earth, and you're told that if you disclose anything that happened, your family, your kids, your grandkids, will end up in accidents. That is terrifying, and honestly, I'm not surprised that we've not heard anything about it if that's the case. I would also be the same way. I'd be inclined to not say anything because, you know, I'm not about to risk my family's life over that. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the last that we'll hear about this. But let me look through the comments again. I don't know. Again, the jury's out. The jury's out. Like, people saying that the moon landing never even happened in the first place. I didn't realise that the moon landing was such a controversial subject. Like, I thought, like, you know, the moon landing was like just like one of those things where people were like, it's like the flat Earth thing. Some people are like pro flat Earth. Some people are like, no, the Earth's a sphere shape. By the way, I'm not a flat earther, so just saying. I had someone in my comment section a couple of days ago being like, the Earth is flat, and I was like, okay. Anyway, moving forwards, I don't want to trigger communities, so please, I'm sorry. Anyway, next video. This one was found on Reddit and was sent to me, and it says, was flying my drone over Kansas City MO today and saw this, with a 25-second clip. Now, I haven't actually seen the footage, so I don't know what happens, but we're going to take a look together, we're going to analyse it, break it down if we need to, and we'll just see. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, we got this crop circle looking. That looks. Wow. Okay. Right. I don't know. This of course is very intriguing. It looks like one of those things that you'd find on the floor in a horror movie, you know, under a rug or something. It's got like the triangles in each other, and it's I can't remember what it's called now. Pentacle. I can't remember. But I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. But wow, interesting. It'll be interesting to see what, like, obviously we know these letters as E, O, and S, or maybe Z, depending on what angle you look at it or what way you look at it. But that could be an M. I don't know. Obviously, it's not in. I don't think it would be impossible to say that this is fake, because if you look at the crop fields, they don't look like, they look like they've just been reseeded. right? So you know, there's no crop damage done if someone was to try and pull this stunt. So they wouldn't be losing out on business, if you will. But what farmer has the time when they're tending to all their other stuff to do this? There's a lot of questions asked and not a lot of answers here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Could be true. Could not be. I don't know. I'm very, very intrigued. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this down in the comments. Anyway, on to the next video. Again, this was found on Reddit. I found this one on Reddit, actually. Physicist Kevin Knuth, science conduct on radar data shows the Nimitz UFO moving at 500 G-forces back in 1984. Herman Oberth, father of modern rocketry, recorded UFO's movement at 42,000 miles per hour. Anchorage UFO radar data showed speeds of 269,000 miles per hour. Now, this did come from the Seoul Foundation conference that happened a couple of days ago. I've got a video coming out actually soon on this. I recorded it earlier today, and it's with the editors now, and it's to do with materials that were found from UFOs. So look out for that one. But this one we're going to take a look at today together. I did have a little look at this prior, but the information in this is astounding.
And Gary mentioned the first paper that I wrote on this. I was interested in looking at some of these new cases, especially the Nimitz encounter. And I found it fascinating that my graphics isn't quite working here. I found it fascinating that these things were, these tic-tac shaped objects were observed to drop from about 28,000 feet to sea level in 0.78 seconds.
0.78 seconds. It plummeted 28,000 feet in 0.78 seconds. That is an astounding rate. Astounding. Like, that's quicker than any car can get from 0 to 60. I'm pretty certain of that. Maybe not F1, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But 28,000 feet. Let's just, like, for reference, let's just see how far is 28,000 feet. Right, it's 8.5 kilometers. 8.5 kilometers. That's a hefty distance, and that happened in 0.78 seconds. Right, that's what
that is crazy, and really anomalous. How anomalous? Do the math, do the calculations. This is actually, I've criticized other physicists who've said, well, the analysis was rather simple. And my response to this was like, yes, you should have done it. Your students could have done it. And in fact, there was a class in Georgia, a high school class in Georgia, high school physics class that used this paper as an example on how you can make estimates of kinematics. So if you look at this, you can estimate the minimum acceleration, which comes about from the object would have accelerated halfway and then decelerated the other half of the way. That gives you a lower bound for the acceleration, which comes out to be around 5,000 Gs. 5,000 times the acceleration of gravity.
5,000 Gs. First of all, there's no human on this planet that can survive 5,000 Gs. Imagine the pressure of 5,000 times our gravity. Just like you're under that. Like your body would literally implode.
No, people aren't going to survive this. Most equipment won't survive this. An F-35's wings will rip off at about 13 Gs.
An F-35 will have its wings torn off at 13 Gs. This is 5,000. That's 4,983 more Gs. 87 more Gs. Yes.
So 5,000 Gs is really anomalous. And we estimated the power, and of course, to do this, you need to know the mass. We don't know the mass. These things were estimated to be about the size of an F-18, and an F-18 is around 10,000 kilograms of mass. We decided, let's take a much lower bound, let's take 1/10 of that. So we just assuming that this was maybe 1/10 of the mass of an F-18, you come out to a power that you can't read under there easily of 1,100 gigawatts of power. This is more than 10 times the total nuclear power output of the United States. Let that sink in for a minute.
That is some power. You got that power, that level of G, that acceleration, and that level of plummeting and that speed. And this thing just did it. It just did it. Bro.
1,000 gigawatts. If you remember the movie Back to the Future, when he's got to power up his car, 1.2 gigawatts? I mean, that was 1.2 and he's all freaking out. This is 1,000. This is one craft the size of an F-18. How does this happen? We don't know. This is where the anomaly is. This has been known for a long time. Hermann Oberth was the German father of modern rocketry. He was a mentor of Wernher von Braun. There's Hermann in the front center, the very grumpy gentleman there. Why is he so grumpy? He's grumpy because in 1954, he gave a lecture on flying saucers where he pointed out that they have been measured to travel at speeds of 19 kilometers a second, which is about 42,000 miles an hour.
Let that sink in. 19 kilometers per second. Hang on. What is the width of the US? Width of US in kilometers. Right, the width of the US in kilometers is 4,500 kilometers, let's say. So if we do the math, we can work this out. 4,500 divided by 19, 236 divided by 60. So it can travel the width of the US in 3.94 minutes. So what's that? Probably around about 3 minutes 56, 57 seconds. So just under 4 minutes. It can travel the entire width of the US in 4 minutes. That's something.
And he points out that he actually says, if there would only be 3 or 4 measurements, I would not rely upon them and would wait for few further measurements. But there is existing more than 50 such measurements, radar measurements, in 1954. That's like 70 years ago. This was known 70 years ago that these things are flying at spacecraft speeds. Why do people always assume they're spacecraft? It's simple, because they fly as fast as spacecraft do. This doesn't take a PhD to figure this out. Yet PhDs can't handle it. Here's another work done by French researcher Claude Poer, who looked at the radar observations at Minot Air Force Base in 1968. Really interesting encounter there where a plane actually banked and flew over the UFO, which was egg-shaped and looked like molten lava. The accelerations were measured to be 209 Gs with a top speed of about 9,000 miles an hour. And JAL Airlines flew across Anchorage, Alaska in 1986, followed by a large UFO that the pilot estimated to be 3 times the size of a 747. How wrong can you be with that estimate? Okay, let's say you're off by 20%, which would be a pretty big error. This thing's the size of an aircraft carrier. He said when it came in front of the plane, he couldn't see out of the windscreen. You're not that wrong at this point. You can't just disbelieve the observers. But there exists radar data. When I summarized it, I analyzed the summary of the data. Dr. Quimby, who was at the Niels Bohr Institute, did a much better job. He actually recovered the radar data set, and he analyzed 11 jumps made by this aircraft-sized object and found that 3 of those jumps, the craft had accelerations of 9,000 Gs or more.
Wow.
With a top speed of 269,000 miles an hour. Through the air, no sonic booms. Don't ask me how, but this is the anomaly. 269,000 miles an hour. You can get to the moon in less than 50 minutes.
Get to the moon in less than 60 minutes, right? 53 minutes to get to the moon. But let's talk about the fact that it didn't break the sound barrier. No sonic boom. That means that it exceeded the speed of sound so quickly that it literally didn't register. The universe glitched and was like, it just glitched. Like, what the hell?
Why do we think these things might be spacecraft? Because they move much faster than our spacecraft do. Should be worrisome.
This should be worrisome. Now, if you've got someone of this stature, with these many PhDs, saying something like, this should be worrisome, it should probably be worrisome. Let that... Like, we haven't even got time to let that sink in before we're on to the next video. Now, the next video that I wanted to check out with you guys was... I was on a video recently with the fam, James from the fam. Go and check him out on YouTube. He's an absolutely amazing content creator. But he made a video about the Miami Mall situation, which he actually went to the mall, inquired and spoke to a lot of people, and he wanted my take on it because I've been covering this thing. So I gladly jumped on it, and he told me about a UFO encounter that he had, and he was so terrified that he wanted to live stream it just in case anything happened to him and the people with him. Check this out.
For not, hopefully it's good enough. If not, I'll have to switch back over to Instagram. Wait, do you see the light? Wait, where?
There's something in the sky.
Oh my god, wait, what the hell? Why is my... Nothing is working with this.
Press the
I don't know the YouTube...
Right,
okay. Do you see it on here?
Yes.
Okay, do you guys see this light?
Right. So there's one here, but there's also one over here.
You got it? See? Yeah, that's the light.
Okay, all right, well, give it to me. I gotta listen. Forget the light for right now. We got more serious problems right now, guys. Type 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly right now. We have a serious problem, and we may need to call 911, or we may need you guys to call 911. I don't know yet.
It's flying.
We were just live on Instagram. Type 1 if you can hear us.
Oh my god, it's getting so close.
You can't. Where is it?
It's getting so close. It's to the right.
Okay. Oh, I see that.
Well, yes, it's like a big fire,
guys,
in the sky.
What the hell?
And it's coming.
Okay. All right. Okay,
now,
that's creepy.
It definitely got bigger.
Babe, dude, there's... Okay.
What is
my
that?
god, I don't know what's... Okay. Let me explain to you.
No, it's coming here. It's coming towards us.
Let me explain why we keep
now
a look on this
right.
thing. Oh my god, I'm so confused. I'm so... Okay. Okay, guys, we are in Aurora, Colorado. We literally just landed a couple of hours ago. Our friend Aiden from Aiden Escapade picked us up and took us to a location. For the first time ever, we were filming a video where we do not know where we're at. We told him, don't tell us where we're at. Don't tell us anything about it. We don't know till we get there. Well, we get here, okay, and okay, it said reconnecting. They seen what looked like 2 teenagers, and then all of a sudden they disappeared. Their light disappeared. It's insane, okay? There's no house. There's no car.
James,
What?
I zoomed into it.
Yeah.
It's a circle.
Wait, it's a circle? Like a UFO?
Yes.
Wait, what
Wait.
the hell is
Whoa,
going on?
look at what I just
Wait,
recorded.
wait. Maybe that explains these cars. Guys, I know I'm gonna fill you in, but hold on. This is.
Now, just for a bit of context, basically they went out to do a video recording, not to search for UFOs whatsoever, but they're literally in the buttfuck of nowhere, right? And apparently a white SUV, sorry, completely blacked out windows just turned up. Didn't do anything, just sat there, headlights on, just looking at their car. And then this phenomena happens. If you want to hear the full story, I recommend you go and check out James's video. I don't know if his video will be up by the time I upload this one, but if it is, I will leave a link to it down in the description.
I've never seen anything like this. Look.
Where?
I zoom in.
Okay, zoom in.
It's gonna get bigger.
Okay.
It's gonna get bigger. Just wait. I hear them.
Okay, while she's doing this,
right
guys.
Here. Look at that. What is that?
It's moving.
I don't know, babe. I don't know.
It's a fire circle.
Okay, besides that, that's the least of my worries right now. Okay, forget all the I tell you, but that's not important right now.
You know you're in serious trouble when the least of your worries is a UFO. So, the live stream kind of goes on like that. I'll leave a link to the live stream down below as well if you want to check out the full 10 minutes. I didn't want to check it out, all of it, because I don't want to steal all the content. Credit where credit's due. So go and check out that video, because it gets a lot crazier. But very, very interesting sighting. Guys, again, get in the comments, let me know what you think as we move into the next video. Now, this video is a UFO explosion caught on camera, apparently, and this was uploaded 21 hours ago by the YouTube channel twist_UAP. Let's take a little look at this.
And in the night sky catches a sudden burst of light through his telescope, and he recorded that strange sight with his smartphone.
Cody Stark shared the video with experts to see if they could solve the mystery.
So the other day I get this message on Facebook. I have something on video no one's ever seen. I had my telescope out, caught an explosion in outer space. Want to see the video? Would I?
Here is the video. Now it's shot on an iPhone looking through the eyepiece of a telescope, so it's kind of hard to see, so we blew it up.
I don't know if you can see that, but there's something orbiting that planet over there.
Elijah shot the video on December 20th around 5:05 p.m. in Sacramento.
I saw something that I'd never seen before. I saw another object orbiting this, whatever it was up there, and I've never seen anything like that before.
He thought it was a little strange, so he put his phone down, called his nephew, picked up the phone, and shot this second video.
Oh my God, it blew up. What the? Something just blew.
Once again, it's his camera phone shot through a telescope lens, so we zoomed in and we slowed it down.
Wow, that's incredible. You can literally see the fragments from this explosion.
Again, it's his camera phone shot through a telescope lens, so we zoomed in and we slowed it down.
As soon as I put the camera to the telescope, it just blew up, and I didn't know what to say.
I don't blame him. It certainly looks suspiciously like an explosion.
So I sent the video off to Dr. Stephen Moran. He's the guy that wrote Astrophysics for Dummies. He said, Cody, I don't recognize the explosion as an astronomical phenomenon.
Oh.
I'm not sure what that means.
Well, whatever it was almost never seen by Elijah or anybody else. Not because it's a tiny speck in a big old empty sky, but because of Craigslist.
You almost got rid of that like what, a week before?
Almost got rid of it a week before. I was trying to sell it on Craigslist, and I was getting offers. And man, you know what? At this time, I'm glad I didn't sell it.
Aliens. Cody said he contacted a Vatican expert about the explosion and was told it could be some sort of light refraction.
Could be. Who knows?
Or aliens.
Or aliens, yeah, that's a possibility.
Now, it could be a light refraction, not wrong. It's possible, looking through, you've got a camera recording through a lens of a telescope. You got to think there's a lot of glass there, and that it could possibly be something else, but it's particularly clear, and the rest of the video was particularly clear before that point, which makes me kind of lean in towards the fact that that could well be an explosion, because I can't think, maybe bugs, but what bug looks like that? And it's in such an open bit of sky. Like, if it was pointed towards the ground and it was you know, shot in a very busy urban area, I'd think, yeah, this could literally be light refraction, could be anything. But because it's up in the sky, it makes me wonder. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Next video comes from X. Strange Videos is the page, classic, and it states, UFO caught on camera pass in front of the sun. Could you see it? What is it? Well, let's take a look.
So yeah, there was, oh, look at that.
Wow.
Woo, hey now.
Okay.
So yeah, there was, oh, look at that.
Now, there's a couple of things on the like skeptical side. You've got could be a bug. Like, you know, I know it's a cliche logical explanation. It could be a bug. Secondly, this is an out of context clip. I don't know where this came from. I've just seen this clip. This might not even be the sun that we're looking at, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. But with my not so skeptical hat on, when we see it enter the frame, you can see as it comes in there. So there's the object. Behind it is a little trail, typically like what you would see on a plane. If it was a bug, there wouldn't be that kind of a trail. But obviously, because it gets brighter over here, we lose that. We don't see that. But you can clearly see it's clearly quite a long one, because it lasts a good 2 seconds before it fully disappears. And that spacecraft, or whatever it is, has gone from this point and jumped to this point. So clearly it's a very long trail. I don't know though. There's some possible, you know, things to bear in mind when you come to your decisions. But again, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below as we move into the next video. The next video was actually removed from by the moderators of the Reddit subreddit r/UFOs. Moderators removed the post from feeds for a variety of reasons, including keeping communities safe, civil, and true to their purpose. Now, the purpose is to share experiences, news, and elevate good research while maintaining healthy skepticism. Begs the question as to why this was deleted, but we've still got access to it because I clicked on it before it was deleted. So in Reddit theory, I've still got access to the video, but the disclaimer's now come in. So if I was to like refresh this page, this video would be gone. Anyway, let's go.
What is that, bro? Yo, bro, what is that, bro? Yo, what is that? Yo, what the fuck is that? Nah, I'm not tripping, kid. Yo, what is that, though? What is that?
My first thought is it could be a bird, but it hasn't flapped.
Yo, nobody else sees this. I'm not editing this, nothing, nigga. This shit is, what the, hold up, let me focus in.
The language could be why it was removed from the subreddit, to be fair.
Kid, what is that? Nothing moves like that. Yo, bro. Yo, word to my mother, bro. What is that, son? What the fuck is that? Right there, kid. It's just there, like. It's literally just... what the fuck? Where'd it go? What the fuck? Alright, look. You see that, right? Now look at this. Hold up. That's a helicopter, my nigga. That is a helicopter. What the fuck is that, bro?
I mean, the question is, what is that, bro?
Wish the camera could pick that shit up, bro. What is that? Nah, helicopter. That.
First point of skepticism is we're not zooming in. If this were me, I'd be zooming in as much as my phone possibly could, unless we're already at the max. But
helicopter. That, nigga, what is that? It went from Brooklyn.
Actually, no, we know that it's not zoomed in because we saw his hand come into frame. And if it was zoomed in, his hand wouldn't look like it did. It would be either just fingertips, a huge hand, or not at all. So we know that he's not zoomed in.
All the way to Manhattan. Or actually, Manhattan's over here, but it's going deep into Brooklyn right now. Yo, what the fuck is that, bro? I'm not jacking that, bro. It's not a bird, nigga. This is a bird. That is a bird right there.
Okay, so it's not a bird.
Nigga, that is just moving by itself. Look, 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 look. What is that, dog? That's a plane. That's a plane? What is that? That is a plane. What is that?
Okay, we're going to stop the video there. So it's a great question. What is that? What is it? Who knows? I don't know. I thought it was a bird until he disproved it by showing it wasn't a bird. By showing an actual bird. So, what is it? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. The comments, I can't see the comments because the post has been taken down. So, I guess we'll never know. But unless you guys know in the comments below, let me know what you know, and then I'll know. And then everyone else will know as well. Anyway, moving on to our next post. This came in the form of a Facebook message from someone called Christian. I'm not going to share their full name because I don't think that's fair to do, but their message stated, I'll get right to the point, no BS. On November 2nd, 2022, during daylight hours, I recorded an object slowly traversing the sky approximately 1 or 2 miles away, and maybe a couple of 100 feet up in the air, nearly 4 minutes. At the first, I thought it might be a blimp, but it was not, proven by searching records and flight logs of that day. I submitted it to Muffin, Mutual UFO Network, which is a worldwide phenomenon investigators, and they are serious people, with many of them being former pilots, military and law enforcement, as well as physicists and many other verified fields of expertise. Well, they investigated it thoroughly, even contacting the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, local police, military bases, and even Lockheed Martin, which builds the test secret aircraft. And needless to say, no one could identify the object, even when comparing it against all known craft in their databases. They all took interest in, as it was not spotted on their radar, though it had to be big as a football field. And in the end, it was determined to be a genuine quote UFO, and Muffin even asked me for permission to use it in their year-end newsletter about outstanding events. I still learned I still never learned what it was, but I did learn that this area is a quote hotspot for nighttime sightings, but no one had yet reported a daylight event. I live approximately 13.5 miles above Atlanta, Georgia, in Woodstock, Georgia, between Roswell and Ackworth, off, I'm assuming, those roads. The footage was validated as, quote, genuine by a series of analysts both during the investigation, and it was recorded on both my phone, which is the video you see, and my dash cam in my vehicle to some degree. Please excuse my silly narration of the video, as I assumed at the time I was the only possible Goodyear blimp or other benign craft. So I was usually silly country bumpkin accent. Anyway, brilliant. So it did end up making it into the newsletter in December 2022, and there is a lot of info in the video description that may help us. So we're going to take a little look at this video, and I am hella excited. It was uploaded to this YouTube channel, Christian Mark Brewster, Child of Almighty God. Okay, so let's take a little look at this.
I saw something huge in the sky over the tree line, but I'm not quite sure what it was. It was kind of like a blimp. I'm hoping as we cross over here, I can see it. It was over towards the left side of the screen. But, excuse me, I don't see anything now. And the car beside, there it is. Way off in the distance. I don't know if you can even see that.
Oh, I do see it.
Lines. Is that a blimp? What is that?
Wow. Wow. I can see why the thought process would go straight to a blimp, to be fair.
It seems to be kind of going up and down. Unfortunately, this is the most I can zoom in.
This is incredible. You see, the slow rate that it's moving, I would also assume that it was a blimp, but that has since been disproven, and this has been proven not to be a blimp.
I have the phone all the way up to the top of the windshield. You see it just moving across there? It's behind that sign now. There it is, coming out the other end.
Wow.
It's gonna be going behind a tree there in a moment.
The more you look at it, the less blimpy it looks. It like starts off vertical like this, like you'd see a blimp, but then it's, as the video's gone on, it's kind of gone on its axis, and it's kind of moving now at a bit of an angle, which is intriguing.
It just has. Now they do hot air balloons out here a lot of times. I'll see the hot air balloons usually when I'm in the Walmart parking lot, but they'll be way off in the distance. And they'll be the round, typical hot air balloon type shape. Alright, we're moving. Maybe I'll be able to catch a glimpse. Unfortunately, I have to turn. Side of it.
Oh, gutted.
Or it would seem that I have. Let's see if I can go down here real quick. There it is. Way, way off in the distance. Right there in the middle of the screen.
Wow.
About to go over the mountain. Nice and slow. And it's gone. Wow, what in the world was that?
Wow. So, what in the world was that? That's a great question. I literally haven't got the foggiest of ideas. That is mind-boggling. And the fact that this was then... Like, it's one thing to capture it, right? It's one thing. But it's another thing for... It's another thing for it to be sent to... You know, you got... Was it Muffin? Muffin? It was sent there. Independent bodies, like, you know, checked it out, verified it, was like, gave it all the all clear, and it was just like, boom. Like that. Bro, that's insane. Incredible footage. Incredible footage. Wow. I really don't know what to say about that. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below as well. As always, you know how it is. But what do you guys think? I just lost an email. I was supposed to have an email. Where have I put it? Found it. Right. So this one come in via an email from someone called Matthew. I'm gonna stick with the name Matthew because I feel like that is I don't know if they want to be shared. Anyway. Hi Ben, hi Lainey. I thought you might want to check out this giant wall in the middle of the ocean. It starts at 180 degrees longitude and it runs the entire parallel from Greenwich past the North Pole, past Russia and Alaska. Alaska's a good point, bear that in mind. Then all the way down into Oceania, which is where I began my investigation. Then it continues on down to Antarctica and it ends in the South Pole. Antarctica is another one to bear in mind. Rabi Island is a small island near Fiji in Oceania, which is where this wall intersects both sides of the island, and reportedly where you can go on diving tours with local divers to explore said wall. The satellite imagery is evidence something is very much awry. Could this wall be the remnants of an aquatic alien superhighway? Why is Google Earth trying so hard to cover it up with patchy edits? What's going on near the terminuses near Greenwich and Antarctica? I thought you'd enjoy the sheer intrigue, but definitely worthy of some chatter on your channel. I'm a big fan, by the way. Thank you so much, Matt, you absolute bloody legend. Now, this really piqued my interest, and I really wanted to, like, include this within the video, because it's just, like, if we look at this, we look at the drop pin here. Now, you've got this wall here, and you've got this, like, blurry... Like, you got clear image, blur. Straight down the middle. Right? And you can even see it here where blur. And then we look down. Blur. Blur. Like, what is this? You know? And then we come down. And we come down. Blur. We keep scrolling, and we keep scrolling. Blur. You know? Blur. But what's interesting is, obviously, I've made a couple of videos about supposed alien bases, if for want of a better term, around the Antarctic area, and Antarctica area, and also around Alaska, where the Black Pyramid was. So there's a Black Pyramid in Alaska. Actually, I don't think you've seen that video yet, but I've made it. And Antarctica, obviously, there was the coordinates, and then there was that ice pyramid that was found, which is so intriguing. Could this be an alien superhighway? Where did the wall come from? Why is it there? Was this an alien highway? Why the patchy edits? It's all very valid points, Matt. And I don't have answers, but I'm hoping that you do. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this, because Matt's gone through a lot of effort to investigate this. So if we could help Matt get some answers on this, I think that would actually be pretty freaking awesome. Can we help Matt get some answers on this? Please help him out. Help me out. Now this last one comes in the email, and the email was titled UFO footage in Mexico. We're gonna call this person Stan, because they don't want their name shared publicly, so we're just going to call them Stan. My name is Stan. I'm 24 years old. I believe we are not alone, and do not provide my name publicly. I don't want to get anything I can't control. Here's a footage of UFO passing by through the night sky and made no sound. As you can see, my dog noticed the object passing by as well. A local told me that this type of stuff happens here a lot. Please get the best angles and edits you can to make it more clear. The aliens in Miami are real and people need to wake up. If you are heavily interested, I have other footage of a UFO during the day in California. Now, I have reached out, so Stan, if you have seen my email, please send over that.
My video is old. I have like an old phone. It's moving. It's not
now,
moving.
the first thing I strikingly notice about this is very, very similar to that of what James experienced in the fam that we watched a few videos ago. The same kind of light phenomena.
There's no planes that do that.
No, there's no plane. The other stars aren't moving.
Oh, look, he's looking up there.
Who's he?
The dog.
Looking, he's barking.
The dog's that's interesting because the dog has really taken an interest to that. Dogs don't typically take interest.
You can't really tell, but there's something up there.
Interesting. Obviously, very short, very sweet, very similar to that of James the Fam's experience. What do you make of it? Obviously, there's not much to kind of tell, but the fact that there was no noise, we didn't hear any noise, and the fact that they Stan has told us that there was no noise kind of validates that experience. But again, like with every other video in this entire compilation video, I hand it over to you guys, and that actually wraps up the videos for today. So, with all of that said, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts and opinions on every single one of these videos. Can you just like number them so that I know exactly what video you're referring to, or just give a brief description of the video so I know what you're referring to when I read the comments, because there's a lot to sift through there. There's a lot to sift through. Thank you so much to everyone that did send in their videos. I'm so grateful for everyone who submitted, who is sending me these links to videos. Like, it's just baffling. But if you want to see another video like this, I've really enjoyed myself with this one, because no, it's not brand spanking new news, but what it is people's experiences and things that I know you guys are going to be interested in because you've sent them over. So if you have any more clips that you find online, send them to me. Instagram, Facebook, email, Twitter, send them to me on those platforms. If you have any experiences of your own that you've recorded and you don't mind me sharing on this channel, please send them to me as well. Again, Instagram, email, Twitter, Facebook. I'd love to hear them and love to see them. And if you've just got a story that you want me to share, just pop it along and I'll give it a little read and I'll read it out so that we can all revel in your amazingness. Anyway, guys, I think if you made it to the end of this video, fucking fair play to you. Give yourselves a big pat on the back. And while you're talking about it down in the comments, be sure to jump together the hell out of that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.